Shalom, shalom, shalom. Back with another video. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash, to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the elect. Shalom. We're here with a video on McCall. Preparing for a war that none shall return from. And we got this article that says the Trump effect, the U.S. Army report best recruiting numbers in over a decade. Army strong President Donald Trump make America great again mantra appears to be stretching to our country's armed forces as U.S. Army reports they are seeing their best recruiting numbers in over a decade. I remember a few years ago when they had that Eve, I think she was on Twitter. Not Twitter. There had to be TikTok making that video talking about she's scared to go to war and crying, and you seen a lot of other people saying they didn't want to go, they didn't want to fight, they were trying to get out the army. A lot of them women talking about getting pregnant just so they wouldn't be drafted. But now, hey, look like since Trump said he's gonna make America great again, everyone's primed and ready to go. The White House posted a message on social media letting Americans know that in December the Army had their best recruiting numbers in 12 years. That trend continued into January when the U.S. Army experienced recruiting numbers at the levels that haven't been seen in over 15 years. So the White House is talking it up as a win for Trump administration, saying, we're back, we're so back. The U.S. Army has achieved the highest recruiting number in 15 years following a 12-year high in December. Under President Trump's America First leadership, Americans are answering the call to service. And we know through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai, the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai, that a lot of these people that's being recruited, that's going into the army, that ultimately throwing their lives away in the valley of Jehoshaphat, where the Lord will plead with all these different nations that's going to go into this World War III. So there won't be no coming back for this for all those who signing up for right now, because the Spirit of the Lord is moving them to do this because they're going to be judged there. Love that the White House social media account is using a phrase like we're so back. It's about time we relax the language. The U.S. Army Recruiting Command and USA REC also proudly posted about the increase in recruiting numbers in the past couple of months. Though they didn't disclose a total number a month, the USA REC appeared to be bringing in new recruits in droves. One could do the math and assume the service saw over 10,000 new recruits in December alone. So it's going to be a lot more coming because it got to be a lot of people that going to be destroyed in that valley. Not only through the fighting, but through Yahweh Shai and the angels coming as well. The U.S. Army recruiting had their most productive December in 15 years by enlisting 346 soldiers daily, man. Think about that. Daily, 346 soldiers coming in. New recruits into the world's greatest army. Our recruits have one of the toughest jobs, inspiring the next generation of soldiers to serve. Congratulations. And keep up the great work. Could one simply draw this up as a Donald Trump effect? Newly confirmed Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth attributed the boom to new leadership and has personally vowed to serve the best interests of American people and focus on the health, safety, and well-being of the brave men and women of the United States military via proper funding, proper training, proper health care. It's about meritocracy, putting America first, and creating the world's best war fighters. No ident, no, not identity politics. Lucky for the mess ups, man. It's kind of rough. But we're seeing Babylon getting their soldiers together. The Most High making sure that they have their fighting force. We're seeing all kind of new weapons being created. We're seeing some of the other countries get their fighting force together. It's going to be one hell of a war. That's why it's going to be the war to end all wars. See? Got already did a video. Google going to start making these drones with AI interface for that war, for the World War III, that third war. So you're gonna have AI driven drones. You know, they're gonna have all kind of guns, munitions, bombs crashing down on people. So if you think you're gonna get out of this war, man, you going over there enlisting and recruiting, there ain't gonna be no comebacks. There ain't gonna be no heroes, no final victories. Because this war is gonna have so much crazy stuff going on, man, with this technology that Yahweh Shema Shai is giving these people, that any thought of coming home of safety, it's crazy. Then you got here, futuristic stealth plane lead race for next generation of fighter jets as World War III fears loom. It's gonna happen, man. It's got its time to happen, but World War III will come about. The Lord is not putting the spirit on these people to make all these weapons for it not to come, man. That's just stupid. You got new jets. Like I said, you got the AI driven drones. You got increase in new recruits. You think World War III ain't gonna happen? You think Yahweh Shem Shai is not gonna push these people to have this fight? You crazy. The U.S. military is developing a futuristic new stealth fighter as fear grows that World War III could be on the horizon. The high-speed jet is a 6th generation fighter and is expected to come online in the beginning of 2030. Trust me, that thing is ready now. They talking about it. It's more than likely it's ready or it's about to be ready. Even though that's me speaking as a man, I don't see Esau telling you about something and then waiting that long to bring it out, especially with World War III. If they think World War III gonna take to 2030, which they know it's not, I don't see this coming out then. Where it may be required to tackle threats from some of America's greatest adversaries, it is being constructed under the New Generation Air Dominance, the NGAD program, and expected to replace the F-22 Raptor. According to 1945 website, the plane will be designed to operate alongside AI-powered drones. We just looked at that. Then we just see Google changing their mind about the AI drone. But this supposed to be coming out in 2030? Come on now, people. Wake up. It may have also have highly advanced capabilities such as adaptive engines and laser defense. The aircraft, laser defense, huh? That's what I'm telling you, man. This is the power Yahweh Shem Shai is given to Esau Edom. Remember, Isaac told Esau that his blessing would be with the sword. So it's no surprise that these devils keep coming up with more and more powerful swords. May also have the aircraft, which features a sleek design to evade detection by radar, is also likely to carry large, long-range air-to-air missiles such as the AIM-174. And you can see this supposed to be the design. But like I said, you crazy if you think these people is not gonna have this thing not ready to 2030. Esau try to give misinformation when they know they already got this stuff ready. And you got this right here. The U.S. firm unveiled plan for 100,000 strong humanoid robot army to counter China. You think all this ain't gonna be in the play, man? You really think that you even think the U.S. is the only one that had this kind of technology? Let's be honest about that. When China down there make everything, especially when it comes to technology wise, you think they don't have these robots as well? Matter of fact, I know I seen some videos where China had their own humanoid robot. So if you really think you're gonna be able to survive what's to come, you got to be crazy, man. That World War III is gonna be a huge thing. See, you have China preparing for war. China Wartime Command Center as war preparation intensified. They know this. They know this thing is coming. So if you think in 2030 that this war is going to kick off, you crazy, man. Not with the way the world moving. Not with the way prophecies are jumping out the book left and right daily. This thing is coming and it's coming fast. But even with all these things, they're gonna lose. When I say they, I mean all the nations that's going into this World War III. Because when Yahushua and his angels show up, they're gonna destroy all this. All this technology, it's like one of those guns. Remember depending on how old you are. Remember as a kid, you used to have those little laser guns. When you pull the trigger, the inside will light up. That's what that is compared to how shall I say, a laser gun. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Like these huge lasers we keep seeing Esau fire from them space stations. That's the technology gap between them, Yahushua, and the angels. And they're gonna ultimately be destroyed. There will be no one coming back from the Valley of Jehoshaphat. On either side, man. From the US, from China, Russia, England, NATO, whoever it is, you go down to that valley with all this crazy technology that you got, it's ultimately gonna be for naught, because Yahushua and his angels are gonna destroy all that. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into these scriptures. Because our people don't think Esau Edom can be beat. So they seeing all this, and you know it's a lot of jakes that enlisted in the army that want to be part of Babylon military, and they ultimately going to be destroyed right along with them in that valley. We're going to start here first. Isaiah 31. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they have many, and in the horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not into the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And yeah, our people don't look into Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They don't ask him for help. They depend on Babylon the Great because of the technologies you just seen. They ready to show off. The androids, the AI powered drones, all this new stuff, which ultimately in the end is worthless in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And they're going to tell you that. Verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his word, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. So he's going to rise up against the house of Esau and all his buddies, but also against the 2/3 of our people that want to help him. Verse 3. Now that the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit, when Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua shall stretch out his hand Both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that holdeth shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. Like the scriptures say, the blind leading the blind. If the blind be leader of the blind, they all shall fall into a ditch. So 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Latino, and Native American that depend on Esau, Edom, you depend on America for help, that want to join the army because Trump in there. Guess what? When the time comes for Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua to destroy Babylon, you're going to be destroyed right along with it. When you're going to destroy Babylon armies, guess what? You're going to be burnt to a crisp right along with them. Y'all don't think the Lord going to bring evil on y'all? No, he definitely going to bring evil, because he's going to bring evil on Babylon. That also goes to the rest of the nations. You join the old nation military, you think you're going to come back safe and sound? No. Yahweh Hashem outside is going to make sure that you be put to death. Verse 4. For thus has Yahweh spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he would not be afraid of their voices, nor abuse himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down and fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. And that's going into what I was saying earlier, man. When all these nations come down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to come with his chariots, with his heavenly host, to destroy him and to save his people. And we're going to go there next. Joel 3. So in that verse 1 and 2, and after that, we're going to jump down. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. So when he's going to take us out of captivity, that's all 12 tribes. Remember, Jerusalem is a people before a place. I will also gather all nations. That's why you see all these nations preparing for battle, preparing for this third war. I will also gather all the nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Matter of fact, let's look up that word Jehoshaphat. It's like crap. No, we're back here. It's locking my mind somewhere. All right. Here we go. Strong H 3092.
Strong's H 3092. Jehoshaphat.
And here we had the Strong's definition. Jehoshaphat, the name of the sixth Israelite, also a valley near Jerusalem, Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh has judged. This is the place he's going to judge these people. A symbolical name of a valley near Jerusalem, which is the place of the ultimate judgment. Maybe the deep ravines, which separate Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives, through which the Kindor flowered. So this would be the place these armies would come together, but ultimately would be destroyed. I'm going to get back. And the Lord said and I will also gather all the nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. Now, if you think Yahweh Hashem Yahushua going to come down out of one of them great ships and ask these nations, please, let my people go. They all right. I just want them back. would you please just let him go, Mr. Esau Edom? Nah, man, that's not what it means when he say he's gonna plead with them. They're gonna take us back. Because you gotta understand. The Lord said he's gonna plead with them. Here we go. Shaphat.
Strong's H 8199. Shaphat. Shaphat.
Shaphat, a primitive root to judge, i.e., pronounce sentence for or against, by implication to vindicate or punish, by extension to govern passively, to legitimate, literally or figurative, avenge, that condemn, content, defend, execute, judgment, to be a judge, judgment, need, plead, reason, or rule. And we just gonna really get down to it. The Lord basically gonna judge these people there. To judge, govern, vindicate, to punish. He's gonna judge them there. He's gonna punish them there. Meaning he's gonna destroy all those people for his people's sake. All those nations that scattered the 12 tribes amongst them, that done all those evils against us, Yahweh Hashem Shai is gonna plead with them. He's gonna judge them. He's gonna punish them for everything that they did against us. And it's gonna start at Babylon. Then he's gonna move out to World War III, and after that, after he destroyed all the mighty men out the place, guess what? He's gonna go to them nations, and all those who submit, they're gonna be slaves, and those who don't are gonna be killed. This is what's coming to the world. And we're gonna go down a little more. Joel 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men and let the men of war draw near. Let them come. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what you see all these nations doing. They're preparing for war. They're prepared to go down in the valley of Jehoshaphat to ultimately to be judged by Yahweh Hashem Shai. Assemble yourself and come all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause the mighty one to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathens around about. And he's gonna judge them. Ultimately, through his through Yahweh Shai, and the angels who's gonna come in those chariots, and man, they're gonna burn these people down. So even if you in that third world war, you fighting and you don't survive to this point, there is no going home, man. I told you there won't be no heroes for the sides of the nation. Because in that valley, they're going to meet their ultimate end by fire. By fire. The Lord will plead with them by fire, ultimately burning them to a crisp. And it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. Lord willing, I'm of the elect that I get to see that. If not, I hope in the kingdom that they have a video replays. And let that be played during a new Passover that we're gonna have, as we watch Yahweh Shai and the angels utterly destroy these people. I'm gonna go here. 2nd Ezra 13, starting at verse 1. This going into when Yahweh Shai and the angels show up. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And that man that they're talking about is Yahweh Shai. And 1,000 are the angels in their chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that seen under him. And they're gonna continue slacking. Kind of excited. They're gonna tell you why they're gonna tremble. Because they're gonna see the might and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashim and Yahweh Shai, the angels, and the power that they willed against them. And they're gonna know that it's gonna be utterly useless. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice. Like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. So they seeing these concentrated laser beams shooting up. Ezra seeing the concentrated laser beams that have been shooting out out of the chariot. Wherever that laser beam touched, wherever it turned, it destroyed everything. So when you tremble, when you looking, you see a laser come out the sky and everything it touched just get obliterated. Yeah, man, you'll be in fear, mouth wide open, gawking. Like, man, what the fuck going on here? We gotta fight that. We can't win against that. And they won't. And after this, behold, and lo, there was a gathering of a great multitude of men out of the numbers from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. That's all these military people you seeing that's going down in the belly of Jehoshaphat. They're going to stop fighting each other and be ready to fight Yahweh Shai and the angels. I mean, they're going to be scared shitless, but they're going to be ready to fight. All these gadgets, all these new inventions, all these things they're going to use to fight against Yahweh Ba'ashim and Yahweh Shai. And ultimately, it's still going to be destroyed. But, verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or the place where the hill was graven, and I could not. That's how big the chariot, Yahweh Shai's fathership, gonna look. You gonna think it's a mountain, man. He gonna pull up on you. You know, Yahweh Shai's a Jake of all Jake. So you know he gonna be riding clean in that thing. You gonna pull up, you gonna look up, man. You ain't gonna be able to see nothing but ship. From one end of the sky to the other, nothing but ship. And if any of you watch anime and it was the scene where Mamoru Uchiha were fighting the Shinobi Alliance, you know, they were scared, but they all were ready to go. They were ready to fight. Till this man broke out a meteor. And when I remember when a couple of dudes, man, they just looked up in the sky, seen the meteor falling down on them, men just gave up on life, man. Dropped his weapon, dropped to his knees, just went to crying because he knew it was over. That's what a lot of them gonna do. When they see Yahweh Shai and the chariots pull up, just looking up in the sky, they know, man, we ain't got a snowball chance in hell of beating this. But the Lord gonna make them fight anyway. They're gonna tell you that. We're gonna continue on. Verse 8. And after that I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet did his fight. See, they're gonna be afraid, man. Think about this. You look up into the sky. Just go outside and look up into the sky. Think about how wide the sky is. Now, think about a ship that can cover it from end to end. Where you don't see no more sky. You don't see the edge of the rim where you think you can see it look like. No, man, you just see pure ship. I'm only saying this because I had a vision of it myself at one point. That's all you're going to see is just Yahweh Shai's ship. You're not going to see anything else. Just pure ship. from one end of the sky even into the other. So you seeing this ship shooting out concentrated laser beam fire, you're gonna be afraid. But guess what? Just like Yahweh put the spirit on Pharaoh to come after the Israelites in the wilderness and ultimately been drowned and destroyed, same thing is gonna happen to these people here in Yahweh Shaphat. All those soldiers who's signing up right now, all those 100,000 machines, all those people that's flying the new jets or the AI that's gonna be flying the jet, all those things are ultimately gonna be destroyed by Yahweh Bashim Haushai. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came up hither, lifted up his hand, nor held his sword, nor any instrument of war. And that violence can go into their weaponry, as I was saying, those jets, those AI drones, those satellites with the lasers, all those things, man. Not just the tanks and the people with the gun, all those things. And Yahushua is going to bring them all down. Yahushua and the angels, him and Michael, they're going to destroy all those things from out the sky. Matter of fact, let's just go get that. We're going to come back to this. This is Revelation 12, starting at verse 7. And there was a war in the heavens. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. So see, when they down there in that valley, remember, Yahushua is pulling up with the whole host of heaven. They coming in, dropping nuts on people, letting them know, yeah, we here. What happened? What up? And that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see all these different countries band together and try to come against them. On the ground and even in the heavens. And prevaileth not, neither was there a place found any more in heaven. See? So all these newfangled jets and drones and stuff that they're putting together, none of that stuff is gonna matter in the face of the angels, in the face of Michael, in the face of Yahushua, in the face of the chariots, whose technology is beyond comprehension. None of that stuff is going to matter. It's going to ultimately be destroyed. Verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So all his weapons of war, all his people, all of them are going to be cast back down to the earth, but ultimately be destroyed as well. None of this stuff is going to remain here. Yahushua, Maka Allah, or Michael, they're all going to destroy these things. So when Yahushua show up, man, it's going to be a battle to end all battles. All this stuff is going to be for naught. Now let's get back to 2 Ezra 13. Salaki. We'll start back at verse 9. And lo, as I saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor a sword, nor instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So Ezra, you got to understand, Ezra didn't understand what he's saying. We understand now that these are UFOs, but chariots of the Lord. We understand that these are vehicles that we're seeing. And these vehicles shooting out this concentrated laser fire. Think about it. He don't know about stuff like that. We able to. Because we understand laser. We understand the concept of laser beams and things like that. So when we hear we know what he's saying, that it's shooting out of his mouth a blast of fire and lips of flame with flaming breath. Then it's just concentrated laser beam fire. That's gonna, when it hit, it's gonna destroy everything. And it told you that in Salakia, in Isaiah 66. Even Isaiah saw it. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord would come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. Then we just read about that in 2nd Ezra 13. How he gonna pull up with the host of the thousand, the host of heaven, and render his anger and his fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Didn't Ezra just describe to you that flames of fire that he gonna use? For by fire and by his sword, the Lord will plead. They go plead again. He gonna judge them. All flesh. And the slain of Yahweh by Hashem Shai shall be many. It ain't gonna be from one end of the earth even to the other, as the scriptures say. And everyone that signed up to be in the army, no matter what nation you with, you're gonna be totally obliterated in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Then Yahweh Shai and the angels, and even the elect, are gonna go from nation to nation, putting the rest of the nation into slavery. And for those people who don't want to listen, yeah, you're gonna be destroyed. You'll just be brought back in the kingdom, but yeah, you're gonna be destroyed. There ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts. Ain't no talking about it, none of that. Alright? Gonna get back here. 2nd Ezra 13 and 10 again. But but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he casted out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, see, come together. And fell with violence upon a multitude. Let's get this word violence. Violence, a noun, the use of physical force so as to injure, abuse, damage, or to destroy. An instant of violent treatment or procedure. An intense, turbulent, and furious, and often destructive action of force. And that's what it's going to be. When those concentrated laser beam fire hit those different armies, that's exactly what this definition is describing. An intense, turbulent, or furious, and often destructive action of force. They're going to be very destructive. And we're going to get back to it, and we're going to read about how destructive it's going to be when it hit these people. Oh, I say there ain't going to be no comeback from this, man. You ain't going to be no hero. You can be hero for just one day. That song is not going to play. All right. Starting back again at verse 11. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest fell with violence. That destructive power upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them every one. So that upon a sudden of an immeasurable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Man, who wouldn't be, man? Think about all these countries fighting together in one spot, a great multitude of people. You see them stop, look, and prepare to fight this other enemy. And with just one blast, one mighty powerful blast, all those people were dust in the wind, as the song say. Remember Final Destination? You know what I'm talking about. They're just going to be dust in the wind. That's how hot they're going to be. When they hit them, poof, ashes, out of here. Matter of fact, I think there was a movie called War of the Worlds. They did a remake, and I remember on there at one point when a laser beam hit somebody, they just poof, out, nothing but the clothes left. Matter of fact, let's see, can I find it? Let's see. War of Worlds. Let's see, can we get a video? Oh yeah, fair use, fair use. I'm not making any monetary gain off of it. This just for educational purposes. So fair use. Let me see, was it this one? That is what's gonna happen. That's exactly what it looked like. Let's go back to that. And they were all mixed together. And the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight. Didn't them being violently fell on them people? Quick. It was just quick. A destructive power that just poof out of here. It burned them up, every one. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. So after seeing all those people, after those beams hit them, like we just seen in that movie, nothing. It was like they weren't even there. But only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And we just seen it. But think about it, that's gonna be real life. That was a movie. This is gonna happen in real life. So all those people who want to sign up for the military, this is your fate. 2/3. For some of you, this is going to be your fate. For all those who don't want to listen, when Yahushua come to put the world in order, you think you're going to fight against him and his angels and their elect? Hey, this is your fate. Just get ready for it, man. Live it up. If you're a heathen, you might well be living it up like it's golden right now. Because this is going to be a lot of y'all fate. Poof. Dust in the wind. But I hope this video will edify. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Shalom.